You guys for the last 4 years have been unbelievable. When I tell you unbelievable, unbelievable. How you've been at games, your support, everything that you've done. It's been amazing. I couldn't ask for a better set of parents, and that's why they are the kids that they are, is because of you guys. So once again, thank you very much. Angela Bacarella. Get over here. Angela, Angie, Ange, Froyo, Mama's Pizzeria, the Sisters of the Poor. Yeah, I'm bringing it all out, Ange. I'm bringing it all out. I can't believe it's been 4 years. I still remember when you sent me your film and you came on your visit, and then all the little things that you do, like it's unbelievable how much you've improved. But more importantly, I think on nights like this, it's about Angela as a person. I couldn't ask for a better. I couldn't ask for a better kid, honestly. Like, I can yell at you, we go at it, but you're just such a respectful, intelligent young lady. Your parents should be very proud of you. You're going to be super successful in life. Your team loves you. Everybody loves you. Honestly, I have a daughter. She's 2 years old, and the three of them, her, Mia, Elissa. I hope my daughter is like you guys are. Honestly, I really do. I really do, because that's what's most important to me. And that's what matters. You're great. On the court, it's all fine and good, but you're a great human being, and I love you. I love you guys. And that's okay to say. I can say that. I can say what I want. I've had them for 4 years. I can say that. The coaches love you guys. Your team loves you. Thank you for everything. We really appreciate it. Text messages, video chats, because of COVID. You chose to come here. I look at you as my daughter, to be honest with you. Our talks, our text messages, our fights, our yelling matches, and that's okay. Listen, that's part of having a good relationship. It's not all sunshine all the time. We've had the ability to do that. Your sophomore year, when you stood over there and said, "What is this, the bleeping track team? If I wanted to be on the track team, how would it go well?" Okay, Mia, that's fine, understood. But we've had that ability to communicate that way. Her accomplishments, we can talk about it, that's fine. Best player in the history of the school. Is she the best player in the history of the conference? Maybe, I can have that argument, that's fine. But her accomplishments speak for themselves. But more importantly, again, is the type of human being that she is. She is the consummate leader. Her team loves her. Super smart. And her ability to communicate and speak and talk about what she's thinking is going to get her ahead. She doesn't hold her tongue, and that's fine. And I've never had a problem with that. Our late night texts, our talks, my messages, everything. I am going to miss that with all of you so much. And yeah, I love you too. I do. I love all my players, but honestly, these 4 years have been unbelievable to me. You don't understand. Like I said, I have my little Skylar, my little 2-year-old, and I hope she takes a piece of all of you, because I think it's important how great of a human being you are, and your family and your family. Unbelievable how you guys are everywhere all the time. I love you guys too. Thank you so very much.
And now for the national anthem.
This time we ask everyone to please rise as we honor America with the singing of the national anthem tonight by Lehman College softball team member Lola Idir.
to introduce your starting lineups.
Head coach of the Lightning is Eric Harrison. The assistant coach is Jeffrey Lee. Washington College, Chris Allen, Kimber Brook, and Holly Castillo.
And there are your starting five for the Baruch Bearcats versus the Lehman Lightning. Now, Joe, senior day, big day, and quite honestly, specifically for Mia Castillo, I mean, the leading scorer in the nation for Division III at 28 points per game. You can't say enough about her and how well she's performed throughout her 4 years here.
Eddie, it's just a shame that ESPN doesn't give her the same shout out that Juju and Paige gets. You know, talk about, let's be fair, because Mia should be, you know, getting a shout out regularly. But having said that, you know, she's our star, and we love it, and we're honored and privileged to watch her game in and game out. Eddie, CUNY rival, Lehman, Baruch, so much on the line. Baruch, home game, and let's see Mia and her teammates, how they fare right off the bat.
And there's an immediate steal or poke away by Castillo, chased down by Kennedy, and it stays with the Lightning. Here's Evan Figueroa for three, no good. Rebound by Bacarella, bounced around. Picked up by the Lightning in the second possession here. Kennedy for three, no good. And there's Idir at the rebound. Now, Joe, let's give a shout out also to the other two seniors here, Bacarella and Leung. But Bacarella not staying another year. However, we just found out that Leung just got into grad school, and she'll be staying for her 5th year at Baruch basketball.
Well, they've been incredible in terms of teammates, student athletes. You know, you can check every box. They are great people, and they're going to really have great futures. But Eddie, in this game, it's really going to be defensive stops for Baruch, controlling the offensive boards, and a lot of points in the paint production, and Baruch defending points in the paint. They've had problems with post plays in the past.
Agreed, and that's going to be, as that's blocked by Morales, the freshman starter. Put back up by Sierra Sheen.
There's those points in the paint that you have to really limit.
Uncharacteristic throwaway by the Bearcats, and it'll stay Lehman basketball, or
now,
rather turnover to Lehman basketball.
Now, as Baruch goes, Mia has to have a really good start. Leung has to follow her, and then it's who's going to be that third and fourth offensive help. Defensively, it's by committee, Eddie.
I think that third option, Joe, can very well come from Bacarella in the defensive side as well, as she forces a miss there by Figueroa, and here come the Bearcats. There'll be a group effort, like you said. Castillo down the lane, stripped and out of bounds off of the Lightning. But you like the aggressiveness, Joe.
But Mia has taken her game to another level in terms of she's got like a push dribble, and if she finishes, she's just going to have, you know, incredible numbers.
Agreed, Joe. As we mentioned, the matchup tonight is Idir pulls a three, no good. matchup tonight going to be number 1 scorer in the nation, Mia Castillo, going up against number 5 scorer in the nation, Evan Figueroa. As Emily Kennedy lay up in and out.
Well, Mia's faced a lot of challenges lately in terms of CUNY.
Previously matched up with Alexa Charles of Hunter, the 2nd leading scorer in the nation. As Castillo on cue pulls up mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound by Figueroa.
Coach K has such huge plans for Morales and Idir.
Lillianna Martinez, no good. Rebound by Shillingford, and she's got all 4 points of Lightning. Coach K is already upset, and I don't blame him.
Well, what he's going to talk about, Eddie, is what you mentioned, points in the paint. You have to put really in bold letters points in the paint because they really, dictate wins and loses. But defensively, the quick hands of Leung and Mia have to really be in play. And again, we talk about committee. It's going to take 5 Lady Bearcats to shut down Lehman, but they have to be in sync. When they are, Eddie, it's a really great thing to watch.
That's right, Joe. And being in sync includes boxing out on every possession. They're clearly outsized by Shillingford. She's 5'11". She's got height on everyone on the floor, including the Lehman Lightning. So you look at the floor. We're undersized. You have to continuously box out just to give yourselves a chance on the rebound.
It's just about moving your feet and your hands effectively.
Freshman Morales rushed the pass through the press and was stolen by Figueroa. As she has it up top now, travels. And the Bearcats get a break.
They have to get the ball to Leung and let her play quarterback. She is the ultimate lead guard, and when she stands at the top and initiates ball movement, that's when the Bearcats are really at their best.
Coach K opts in for the size here, takes out Morales and puts in Dante McCray right on cue, up for a layup, no good. And here come the Lightning.
Well, how good a pass was that from Castillo?
That it was.
I mean, that looked like Jalen Hurts.
Active hands out of the Bearcats now. Top of the key to Figueroa, drives in on Bacarella, sees McCray, forces a 3 by Lillianna Martinez, no good. Fight for the rebound, ends up in Leung's hands, and now she's pushing.
Well, again, Lehman's getting open looks. I think Baruch has got to get contested.
Top of the key Idir, wide open for 3. No good, rebound by Shillingford.
There's Bacarella on the floor, which has been the trademark that we've come to know.
He's got a middle name for hustle as he gets the steal. Kennedy on her hip, going up on the right side, a layup, no good. Rebound chased down by Castillo. She follows it up and good. The Bearcats' first points of the night.
Bacarella is ready to get it done tonight. And Eddie, if she contributes offensively, it's just a complete game.
Bacarella known for her hustle, her defense. And she's showing it off there. Here's Martinez, another travel by the Lightning. They're getting happy feet, Joe, at the top of the key.
Listen, as much as Mia Castillo is known around the country now for her offense, please note, Baruch Nation, defensively, she's tremendous.
Absolutely.
If you notice up top, Leung and Mia, they create havoc and turnovers at the top.
Megan Simmons checks in for Figueroa as Idir wide open for 3 once again, no good. Fight for the rebound by McCray, ends up with Kennedy.
I'll tell you, Idir's getting looks, she's setting her feet.
Will fall eventually, you gotta hope she stays confident. Pass out to the corner from Martinez. Here's Mushmaniru who checked into the game. Fight for the rebound, Bacarella, and the box out with Shillingford. It'll stay Lehman Lightning ball, but you have to like that she didn't just get it and put it back up.
Well, again, Baruch is going to have to locate people in the post who are camping out and nullify that.
Megan Simmons, top of the key, stolen by Castillo. And here come the Bearcats, attacking Kennedy now, gets her on her hip. Poke from behind by Kennedy, good hands. Fight for the steal though, ends up with McCray. Now Idir back out, top of the key. Finds Castillo mid-range jumper. A rare miss, Bacarella, another fight for the rebound. Stolen by Muniru.
I tell you, Bacarella's creating her own highlight film in this first quarter.
Good hustle, low-scoring game. Megan Simmons gets back door, decides not to take the layup. Back to Kennedy up top. Crosses over Castillo, goes in left side, loses the handle, gets it back, And Bacarella, she is all over the place right now, Joe. Hands everywhere.
Well, you know, good for her. She's had an incredible career in the room, and we're so proud of her. And it's so great to watch her family seated across the court, and you know, just an incredible young lady that we've been privileged to watch.
Baruch has given her all over these past 4 years, Joe. As an errant pass goes out of bounds for the Lightning, and the Bearcats get the ball. 4-2 score, low scoring, high intensity, if I do say so myself. Full court press for the Lightning. Leung gets by, driving on Figueroa. Slows it back down, out to Idir. Back to Leung, finds Castillo, jab step right side. Martinez on her, the undersized guard. Pass to McCray, tipped by Figueroa. Tries to get an outlet pass, stolen by Castillo. Now Leung, a mid-range jumper, and she knocks it down to tie the game at 4. Timeout, Coach Harrison.
Well, what Mia's trying to do, as the great player she is she's looking to be a facilitator, but often she might be just a second late, but her intent is right there.
Absolutely.
And sometimes when she hits McCray en route, I mean, that's just beautiful to watch.
We've seen that connection too many times now, and not in a bad way. Castillo drives in, she draws so much attention, and it feels like McCray's always in the right spot waiting for her.
I keep using this football reference. It's either Patrick Mahomes to Kelsey or Jalen Hurts to Brown or, you know, Saquon. I mean, it's a beautiful short pass, but in basketball, it's a home run. You hit somebody in stride, and, you know, they just finish. And no one does that better than Mia.
Anti-Eagles fans over here in the broadcasting booth, if I do say so myself.
Yes. Well, you know, as Jet fans, we don't even want to get into it.
The Giants don't either. Here's Figueroa wide open for 3, and she knocks it down. It's a good possession of the Lightning, swinging the ball around.
Well, Figueroa has no business being able to set her feet and have a cup of coffee and shoot the ball.
Castillo twin dribble at the foul line, no good. Rebound by Figueroa, and she's showing her impact early in this game.
Well, Mia's going to have to really stop Figueroa.
Pass goes through the hands of Sue, falling out of bounds.
Mia's going to have to really blanket Figueroa, not let her get confidence. And Eddie, what we need to mention early to the Baruch and everybody listening is mental toughness is going to dictate kind of who comes away with the W tonight. And you know what mental toughness means. It means a whole lot of things. You know, short memory and keeping it together.
There's that connection, Castillo to McCray, trying to fight through the full court press. Finds Idir open for 3 this time. She does knock it down and tie the game at 7 once again.
Well, good for her. Shooters have to keep shooting.
That's right, Joe, staying confident, put it up and drilled it.
And her teammates know that she's the person to really bring it from the three-point line.
Kennedy drives in, got Castillo on her hip. A good bump, couldn't finish, but it'll stay Lightning ball. Interesting call by the officials.
Well, lately we've had some real wild calls here at the arena. I commented that some of the referees need to check their contact lenses, but that's another story.
There was some good defense out of the Bearcats, forcing an errant pass from Figueroa. And now Leung to Idir here, to Castillo. Not on the board just yet. Finds Idir though, she's getting plenty of looks tonight. She knocks down her second 3.
Well, how about Mia as the facilitator up top? Everybody's thinking she's going to score, but look at this total game she's bringing.
Figueroa forces up a tough 3, no good. She's trying to match Idir's confidence from three-point land, no good.
This is such a great look into the future for Baruch. Morales and Idir are very high in the plans of Baruch basketball going forward.
Schillingford checks in for Figueroa. Leung finds McCray to Morales, no good as she loses the handle. coming back the other way.
Well, Baruch is really trying to find each other, and that's a good thing to watch.
There's Lillianna Martinez, no good. Rebound by Shillingford. We'll be saying that a lot tonight, but her follow, no good. Here comes Castillo on the right side. Kennedy with another poke around. She's got good hands there. It's her second time down the floor doing that to Castillo.
Well, Mia, with that push dribble, a lot of Steph Curry in that move, trying to get herself free.
Castillo on cue, corner three, no good. Chased down by Morales. She hits the deck. Martinez on top of her and a jump ball called. And it'll stay Bearcats ball with the possession arrow. 10-7 lead.
Again, Morales, the freshman, has learned a lot from watching Bacarella in terms of what you can do other than score.
Idir tries to squeeze it into Castillo baseline. It'll stay Bearcats ball as it goes out of bounds. And now Castillo will check in.
You can see Castillo really being a leader out there, knowing where we are in the season.
Leung snuck back door, finds Idir again for three, no good. Rebound by McCray. Dribbles off her own foot and it'll go out of bounds. To the disliking of Coach K.
Well, Coach K doesn't want to really have wasted possessions. You know, it's a 10-7 game. He's not comfortable, Eddie.
Not at all.
You know, he wants separation if that's possible.
Here's Martinez to Kennedy now. To Muniru, drives in hard in the middle of the lane. Steps in, blocked by McCray. Now blocked by Morales. And here comes Castillo. Great team defense from the Bearcats. Morales running the floor. Castillo finds her. Left hand layup, left side layup, is good. Great possession from one end to the other. Defense leading to offense.
Great pass and a great catch in traffic. I hate to make the football references, but that was an over-the-shoulder catch.
Castillo led her receiver there right over the defender's head. And now Kennedy looks to answer for three, and she knocks one down with a minute left to go in this first quarter.
Eddie, she had her eyes closed when she shot that.
Here's Castillo, gets to the foul line, now to Idir. Back to Castillo. Looking to drive on Kennedy, gets her on her hip. A wraparound poke attempt for the third straight time. This time results in a foul with 44 seconds left to go.
Well, I think as we come to a conclusion in the first quarter, there's no doubt that Mia has to take over this game. You know, it's a heavyweight fight, and she's going to have to be the person initiating the punches.
Leung looks to get it into Morales. Tough pass and stolen by Kennedy.
Yeah, again, Coach K's not going to be happy with the wasted possessions on offense.
Muniru drives in. Blocked by Morales once again. Picked up by Castillo. Morales having a huge impact on the defensive end. Euro step on Kennedy and Castillo.
Well, I don't think anybody has an answer for Castillo, but I don't think Lehman has an answer. So Mia's going to have to take over this game.
Ball gets away from Nicole Ginatu. Nicole Ginatu. And it'll be Bearcats ball. At the buzzer, Castillo tries to get a shot up, got hit in the body. No call by the referee saying the defender was straight up, and that'll end the first quarter with a lead of 14-10 Bearcats.
Even if Mia was acting, she couldn't have. She actually, that was contact. Well, Eddie, 14-10, Baruch leading, but Coach K has to be concerned with the fact that each team is trying to kind of figure each other out. So we really haven't seen, crispness. There's a lot of things that need to be tightened. But,
that's right.
Again, offensively, Mia's trying to be a facilitator, and I think some of the passes are just we're going to need more crisp movement to create rather than go into traffic.
It's a good observation, Joe. I think, to your point, Castillo, both teams here, it's more of a chess match to start where it's slow-paced, maybe high intensity, but they're feeling each other out. Castillo not really necessarily looking to score on every possession, more so trying to feel out how her defender is going to guard her. So what we've seen from Kennedy so far is Castillo will take those couple dribbles in, and Kennedy almost allows her to, but hoping that when she slows up, she can wrap around poke. But Castillo, in her mind, is once she gets Kennedy on her hip, she can look to pass because the post defender is going to have to come up. And once she comes up, she's looking for Morales, she's looking for McCray, sometimes Bacarella. And so both teams really filling each other out right now.
It's just about spontaneous adjustments. And as the leader and the great player Mia is, she's going to have to kind of interpret what's going on and just may have to say, look, I got to do this to get us a W.
And this could be Lola Idir's night where she's the second option and she continuously gets left open as Figueroa knocks down a mid-range jumper. Nice looking shot there.
Hey, listen, that was a big-time shot.
Now Leung with Figueroa on her, looking to set the offense. Idir sets the screen for Morales, but Castillo comes up top. Morales flashes high post, but Idir gets out on the left wing. A lot of talking out of both teams here.
But
Morales wide open, daring her to shoot. She steps in for a mid-range. No good. Chases her own rebound, however, and finds Castillo to reset. Castillo drives in hard right side, no good. Picked up by Morales, and her attempt is no good as well. Finally picked up by Figueroa.
That was an offensive possession that Baruch would wish they had back. The rapid ball movement is going to be a key, Eddie, because there's a lot of standing around by the Lady Bearcats, really not creating opportunities.
Mushmaniro's three, no good. Found by Figueroa, finds, her attempt no good. Nicole Giannatu with the putback, however, and they tie this game at 14.
Well, again, there's points in the paint of Baruch allowing Lehman to get the ball.
Castillo drives, finds Morales. However, travel is called.
Now, Morales is going to have to shoot that in the future because that's a wide open shot, and she just needs a quick release.
Tied at 14 here with 8:41 left to go in this second quarter as Bacarella looks to check back into the game.
Well, Baruch needs an answer to really get their engines going.
Castillo, high energy, as Figueroa begging Kennedy not to force that pass because she knows, as well as everyone in the gym, that Castillo is going to get that steal if you try it too many times.
Well, Mia is so, intelligent in terms of her reaction, and she's just gotten better every game. She's so quick to the ball.
Looks like we may have an issue with the game ball here as the official looks. There is blood on the basketball. Ask the players to check for blood, and it looks like Castillo coming out of her right ring finger. She'll have to take a seat or get checked out. Good eye by the officials.
Yeah. Well, Eddie, I don't know if when you played pickup ball, do you remember you used to say, this ball's not bouncing right. It doesn't feel right. And then if you played in the center, they had to go into their back room and get a ball.
Oh, yeah.
We hated what they call outdoor balls when we played indoors. Or this ball's too small,
Yeah, there's, you can pass the perfect same ball around to 8 different people. You'll get 8 different opinions on what the ball is like. It's egg-shaped, it's deflated, it's too inflated.
And then you remember when the ABA ball started to kind of be around? This red, white, and blue ball. Everybody said, this is not a ball, yet here comes the ABA in the league.
Joe, I got to be honest. It never sat. Using a ball not orange, brown color never felt right. It always felt like a toy ball if it wasn't the right color.
Right. Whatever was in the NBA, that's what we wanted.
Castillo getting patched up. That'll leave Bacarella to check in along with Idir. Figueroa launches a three, no good. Fight for the rebound. Saved by Muniru, but saves it out of bounds. It'll be Bearcats ball.
Again, Baruch has to do a better job of boxing out, locating their opposing player, because Lehman's getting too many opportunities, second chance opportunities.
Morales pump fake at the free throw line, got a defender in the air, and drives in right side for an easy two.
Well, maybe Morales can step up now with Mia out of the game.
And an offensive foul is called on Shillingford, moving screen. Good job by Leung fighting around the screen and force the offensive foul.
Well, Leung is so high energy. She's going to create things.
Right on cue, knocks down a mid-range jumper.
And you know what? Second in charge is Leung when Mia is not there or not having her kind of game.
Mia still getting checked out by the staff trainer. And so Idir now takes up the point. 18-14 lead for the Bearcats. 4-0 run since Castillo sat down. Morales mid-range, no good. Fight for the rebound, ends up with Figueroa. She's got a one-on-one fast break with Idir. Goes in right side. Bacarella comes with the help. Ooh, a nice finish. Scoop reverse with the English by Figueroa on the left side to cut this lead to 2.
Well, Figueroa has probably played a lot of her share of park games, and I'm sure has a big bag of tricks.
Morales got it in the paint, found Bacarella at the free throw line. Her jumper no good. That was a nice finish.
Baruch's offense has just been not crisp. There's no purpose, Eddie.
Agreed, Joe. It's hard when you don't have a floor general like Castillo on the floor. But good defense out of Leung and Idir to force another turnover.
Well, Leung's going to have to work with somebody. Maybe it's Idir. And really, create opportunities for themselves offensively.
That's 11 turnovers for the Lightning, Joe, to 7 for Baruch.
Well, aside from Figueroa, I'm not too worried about Lehman offensively. I think that they're opportunistic, they hustle, but Baruch can nullify that by playing, the proper defense.
Leung stops on a dime, puts up a jumper, foul, and 1 for a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play for Elissa Leung.
Well, it's good to see Leung step up with Mia out. And, her years of experience really, she knows her role or her roles.
She hits the free throw to hit the traditional three-point play. And, Joe, something to note, once again, Kennedy as the point of attack defender let Leung go right by her, tried the wraparound. Leung had the presence of mind to stop on a dime. Kennedy ran right into her.
By the way,
shot.
Leung is very capable of creating.
Right back at Leung does Kennedy. Drives in on the right side for an easy 2. Now Morales finds Precious Mitchell, who just checked into the game. Leung looking to set the offense as the primary scorer now. Morales gets into the paint. And I'm not sure what the call was there, Joe, but a turnover by the Bearcats.
What happened is when Morales caught it, Eddie, she should have just gone up. She waited, and that created a problem and allowed the defense to, literally defend. She's got to go up with it en route.
Castillo gets patched up, looks to check back in. As Figueroa drives in, loses it, gets it back, though. Bacarella chases it down. A little too aggressive, and the foul's called. Castillo's going to check back into the game. Patched up. Something to note, Joe. It's her shooting hand where she got cut up, and she's got a little bit of, I'm not sure exactly, some sort of hydrocortisone or something.
Yeah.
Could affect the shooting.
Well, she's such a tough-minded player. I'm sure she's going to, overlook pain or discomfort and play.
Morales getting aggressive now. Spins on Castillo, but the foul is called on McCray, it looks like, for too much, for shoving, a little bit of a push there, says the official. And that'll send Figueroa to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
Well, there's no doubt that Lehman they're all hustling, but Baruch has just got to outwork Lehman at this point, meaning, get in the right position and defend, and especially second chance opportunities. That's become a problem, and Lehman is really capitalizing on that. Now, Figueroa is Figueroa. We know what she's going to do, but the other 4, Baruch has to, have the edge.
Full court press. Castillo gets doubled. She finds Leung. Looking to push the pace is Bacarella, and that ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay Bearcats ball.
Well, Bacarella should have shot that too.
Maybe so.
I know they want to be great teammates, but, you're going to have to shoot before the defense defends.
Leung finds Castillo in the corner. Figueroa on her, the primary matchup tonight. Precious Mitchell around the wing. Now McCray on Schillingford. Back to Bacarella. Her 3 is good. Excuse me. That is a 2-pointer, says the official.
Well, whatever it was, it looked good. Leaving her hand.
Nice confident shot out of Bacarella. Now here's Kennedy driving on Leung. Right-handed shot on the left side, no good. Schillingford rebound. Once again, out of bounds, and it'll stay Lightning ball as McCray couldn't grab the ball, get a good handle.
Well, slowly but surely, Eddie, Baruch is starting to wake up. Bacarella offensively.
Castillo read that pass there, couldn't end up with the steal.
But Mia's got to lead her teammates.
As McCray hit the deck, Figueroa couldn't finish, and here come the Bearcats. Castillo with 4:42 left to go in this second quarter. Kennedy getting handsy, too handsy. Foul called.
Foul was called on number 24. Emily Kennedy. Third foul on Kennedy.
Third foul for Emily Kennedy, something to know, Joe.
You know what? Baruch, Lady Bearcats have to get to the foul line and really, get Lehman off balance here.
As Castillo misses a three, chased down by Precious Mitchell, she puts it back up and in to extend the lead to 6 with 4.5 left to go in this second quarter.
Well, Mitchell, McCray, Bacarella, these are all high-energy players.
Figueroa gets to the mid-range. Jumper no good, rebound by McCray. Coach K saying to push. Here comes Castillo driving in. Finds Leung for the mid-range jumper. It's up, and it's good. Elissa Leung showing off her offensive arsenal tonight, extending the lead to 8 points, 27-19 Bearcats.
A player like Mia and Leung are expendable players. You need them.
Kennedy sizes up a mid-range, no good. Fight for the rebound. Mushmaniro ends up with that, and an over-aggressive foul by Bacarella once again.
When I say, non-expendable, Eddie, these players, what they do across the board, you don't appreciate it. Leung never hesitating to hit the ground. Mia, Bacarella.
Megan Simmons checks into the game along with Juliani Martinez. And an illegal screen is called on Nicole Giannatu. And another good play out of the Bearcats to force a turnover.
Right. But again, made possible by the really heavy defense.
Looking for Morales in the high post. Out to Castillo and Megan Simmons on her. Gives a lot of body. No call. Leung sidesteps into a three. No good. And that'll go out of bounds.
Well, you know what? Elissa should have passed back to me at the top of the key. But again, Elissa's trying so hard to lift her team up.
Precious Mitchell trying to get some pressure here on Muniro, and she extends that forearm, and another offensive foul. 2 straight possessions on the Lightning.
My take here, Eddie, is good defense is going to really thwart Lehman. It's going to force them into errors. So if Baruch can continue this really high-level defense, it's going to take Lehman out of their game.
Castillo drives in hard. Looks like the ball got tipped, maybe even a bit of forearm. No call nonetheless. Outlet pass by Figueroa. Good pass, but Giannatu couldn't finish. And another offensive foul called on the Lightning.
Well, Baruch can't be happy that pass, found its receiver.
Figueroa, great eyes to get that down the floor, as Giannatu looks to be a little shaken up. But that'll put the Bearcats into the bonus, and Precious Mitchell will head to the free throw line.
I don't know how deep Lehman's bench is. So, again, if Baruch can create some foul trouble, that would, of course, give them the edge. Right now, Baruch with the lead is looking for ways to really nullify Lehman and take them out of what they're trying to do. It's kind of that simple.
As Mitchell goes 0 for 2 from the free throw line, a 52% free throw shooter. But to your point, Joe, defense might be the secret ingredient to get a W here tonight, as the Lehman offense looks to be pretty stagnant and one-dimensional. And Castillo knows that as she tips the ball out once again.
Well, you have one superstar in Figueroa, Eddie, and then you have 4 kind of, players that are out there playing hard. But with the Lady Bearcats, you have a superstar and very capable supporting cast.
Castillo looked to jump the pass there again. A little too aggressive. Excuse me, that's going to be on McCray, a little too aggressive with Mushmaniru. And another foul is called. It's the 4th team foul.
The Lady Bearcats don't need to foul. They just need to get in the position they need to be, keep their hands and feet moving, cut off lanes, and when somebody puts the ball down, Eddie, take it.
Castillo tries to read that pass again. The gamble doesn't pay off, but Bacarella's gamble does. And here comes Leung looking to push the pace. Arid pass ends up with Morales. However, her pass ends up with Figueroa, and now she's coming back down the floor. Hesitation dribble on Castillo. Wild shot, and she puts it in. Impressive shot from Figueroa there to cut the lead to 6.
Figueroa definitely closed her eyes on that one.
That time blocked by Janatu as Morales tried to get up a quick shot, Joe. And it'll go back to Lehman looking to make a push here. I'm sorry to cut you off there.
No, not at all. Eddie, what's happening is that both teams are trying to, throw a flurry of, punches using a boxing analogy. And what's happening by doing that, you're getting a lot of sloppy play. Now, Mia's going to have to settle down her team and Leung and be the leaders to kind of calm things down and really do things efficiently. Efficient passing, efficient movement on defense, and really not get into this kind of wild game because that, wild games create bad habits.
Janatu knocks down the first of 2 free throws. She knocks down both, typically a 45% free throw shooter. Hands, a lot of them by the Lightning, no foul called. Castillo fights through, however, goes up on the left side, and that's blocked by Figueroa. Gives her a little bit of a look, too, after the play.
Well, I'm not sure the forearm to Mia was not called. I mean, that's an obvious foul. I know that the referees are letting them play, but certain things are obvious.
Now Leung to Castillo, launches a 3, no good. Rebound goes out to Martinez.
I think in a game like this, Eddie, Mia should live at the foul line.
She's gone into the paint a couple times now, but Figueroa's been there to let her know she's at least going to play some good defense as her 3 doesn't go down. Rebound not handled by Janatu, and it'll be Bearcats ball.
And this is a game that Morales is going to have to really, pick it up. I want to say she's the future, but tonight she's going to have to really pick it up defensively in the post.
A lot of hands there on the full court press by the Lightning. Finally called, and that'll send Leung to the free throw line. Leung, a 72% free throw shooter with a 4-point lead.
Yeah, Leung is a very dependable foul shooter, and we want her to be at the line. Me at the line, her at the line, Idir at the line. Excuse me. Baruch has very capable free throw shooters, and they need that to maybe be the avenue to get this done tonight. Every game has an avenue that you may have to choose to go down that you didn't prepare to.
Leung knocks down a pair of free throws, and Joe, something we're not used to, Leung the leading scorer tonight with 11 points.
Well, she's always been second to Mia, and always amazes her.
Another tip from Castillo, though to her displeasement, it'll stay Lightning ball.
Well, we have to re-emphasize to people listening in. Maria, known across the country for offense, but defensively, she's
a ball hawk, Joe.
She is just excellent. Her anticipation.
As she clamps up against Figueroa, forces a tough shot. Great defense out of Castillo, as per usual with 48 seconds left to go. Now she looks to drive in on the offensive end, finds Leung wide open mid-range jumper. Her baseline jumper's good.
Well, Leung, this is her night, right? And great plays, great, performance, step up when the curtain goes up and the lights are on.
Castillo taking the matchup personally now on the defensive end with Figueroa. Figueroa, almost a double dribble, loses the handle, gets it back, though, on Morales with 20 seconds to go. But that leaves Mushmanira wide open for 3. No good. Rebound by Idir. Bearcats at home for 1.
They didn't call the walk on Manouche. Baruch's time.
Castillo puts up a wild shot, no foul called. Bacarella looks to drive in now. Her right-hand floater is no good. And that will end the first half for the Bearcats. A 31-23 lead going into the locker room. Joe, you have to be impressed with the defensive end here.
Well, Eddie, as we mentioned, both teams are kind of throwing a punch. You throw a punch, I throw a punch. But what we see is that Mia has chosen to kind of do her all-around game. But we also see that Leung, it's her night as a senior, and it's always about next man up or next lady up. And that's what we're seeing tonight. Great second half to come, Eddie. Baruch Nation, please stay tuned. We have Saeed Asario, one of the assistant coaches in the men's team, and Jamel Fail, also former player, assistant coach. They're going to spend a couple of moments with us, just giving us a little perspective of where the men are now and where we're going. So, we'll have them momentarily.
My man Joe, how's it going?
Saeed, it's better that you're here, man. Hey, Baruch Nation, former great player here at Baruch, now an assistant coach extraordinaire.
Thank you, Joe.
And, we are in a great place Baruch-wise. Jamel Fair is going to join us in a second. But, Saeed, where are we tonight versus Lehman, and what's the feeling of where the team is going with everything on the line like a week away?
Yeah, we obviously know the history between us and Lehman. Last 3 years been in the championship. To play them for the last game in the regular season for regular season champs, we approach every game the same, though. Our preparation is the same. The end goal at the end of the year is to win the championship, so we prepare the same way. But, yeah, we know the history between this team, and they're going to play hard. They're going to give us everything that they got. And
so what I wanted to ask you, we know Nicholson is kind of the start of the story, but anybody off the bench that Coach Elissa may be saying, hey, we might need you big time now?
Yeah, I'm going to say the freshmen, they've been coming in big a lot this entire year, coming off the bench. Guys like Peter, Nick Lamb, Trey. Those guys have been coming in and playing really hard and doing their best right now with their.
Well, Coppin in the starting lineup, coming off the bench, he's turned out to be a lot of teams he would start for, right?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, he's been a beast. But and Goldberg,
oh yeah,
he amazes me with his fundamentals a lot of times. But where do you think tonight's game? How do you feel about tonight? I know versus Lehman, the rival. But, what do we look for tonight?
I feel great. I'm looking forward to the guys playing hard. Again, we approach every game the same, no matter the opponent that we have. The way we prepare really hard for this game. We worked really hard to get to this point. A lot of people didn't expect us to be in the position we are to be regular season champs. But, again, respect to Coach Elissa's system, respect to the assistant coaches, and the players for putting in the work to get us to where we are. So we've just been preparing.
Well, again, Baruch Nation, Baruch basketball under Coach Elissa. I mean, again, it's the model of excellence. Guys leave and come, and it's just been something we've been privileged and honored to do. Coach Fair, can you come in here for a minute? Coach, don't leave yet. Now, one of the standout players ever at Baruch, who just got better every season, Jamel Fair, great to have you. And how do you feel like now being a coach? Because now you got to look at people differently than when you were a player. But I know you were a coach on the floor, and you, Saeed. But where do you think we are? And obviously, a week away, where do we got to be and go?
We're right where we need to be, honestly. Coming into this year, me and Clay definitely talked about, Coach Elissa, Coach Bobby, Coach DC, we talked about, the expectations that we had coming into this year, especially with what we lost, with me and Clay and the other, I'll say 6 seniors that left last year. But I would say we're definitely exceeding expectations, definitely where we want to be, fighting for a regular season championship. And honestly, I think it's awesome that we get the chance to compete in a championship level game before
For
we
sure.
actually get to the playoffs, because it's been one thing to coast and then you get to a high environment, a high level game, a chippy environment. You're not ready for that. So the fact that we're able to do this at
When
home
you
is
guys
perfect.
are at your best, you got no one wants to play you. There's no doubt.
Yeah.
But what I love is that the young players are now not young anymore.
Yeah.
Lamb and guys like that, you can see they're feeling it. And I have really marveled at Goldberg, what he can do in the post, and Coppin.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I don't know if you expected him to be this all, like, whether he starts, comes off the bench, right?
Yeah, so with Trey, he's a project child. Like, when he started out, he was definitely raw. We had to, teach him a lot of the nuances to the game, how to move, just how to, talk, just how to, be more effective in his movements. But
Right.
Once we figured out his niche, and that's just being an absolute just athlete, just raw athlete. I'm just going to bring it to you with my physicality and just my raw athleticism. He figured out his game, and now once he figured that first initial part out of his game, he's able to build off of that, and now he's built himself into a really good player as a freshman.
Lamb is that proverbial, he's just a tough kid, right?
Yeah. Lamb's just that kid is going to run through the wall. He reminds me of a lot of Jack Reese.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
he's that guy. I think he would try to take a charge. I think he would do whatever he had to do.
Yeah, of course.
But what do you think about Lehman tonight? What are they bringing to the table?
Lehman brings what they've brought the last 3-4 years we played him, which I would say is physicality.
It's going to be a heavyweight fight. We know that.
Heavyweight fight. Guys are going to hit shots that you normally don't hit. Guys are going to get crazy rebounds. Things are going to happen. But usually the team that perseveres is the team that stays truer to their values and stays truer to what they're trying to get out of the game. And I would say for Lehman, if they can out-physical us, out-rebound us, and just make it a game that's not about execution or half-court offense, or rather a game is just, I'm just stronger than you, I'm just going to be more physical and more athletic than you, then they have a chance to win the game.
And the other thing is, I know everybody listening, how about Nicholson getting the keys to the car and becoming the guy? I mean, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, the guy, he played with a tandem of other people. Now he's the guy. How do you, feel about his maturation?
I would say, I'm not surprised, because even when he first came, he had a bunch of games. I mean, his first game started, he almost had a crazy triple-double. We played at Hunter, and then he had a streak where I think he was player of the week for 3 weeks. So he's always had that potential as a player. Like, as you said earlier, I think just playing with, the guys that he did, he had to, of course, share the ball. But
his toughness is great.
Yeah.
He's got that old school, he'll put that shoulder in there. But, Baruch Nation, we want to thank you two guys for being the people you are, the players that we were privileged and honored to watch. And now, there's unlimited potential. I see you guys coaching wherever, if that's what you choose to do. But, Coach, come in for just one more minute. And
yes, sir.
And this is really a final question for you and Mel.
Okay.
Is that moving forward, do you think that a lot of people are really going to come to Baruch because basketball is at a top level?
Yeah.
Or I want to, where is the player of today? I'm curious.
Yeah.
Does he come to get the education here
Man,
and the great basketball? Or I want to go big time. I mean, I'm just wondering, where is Baruch in all its excellence? Where do you go in the future?
I'm pretty sure Jamel could vouch for this. Me being a transfer student, you get the best of both worlds here. The education is phenomenal here. The culture, playing basketball, just an athletics department in general, it's amazing. You meet some really great people here at Baruch College. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see some more great players step in.
Yeah. I mean, it's been amazing. Guys leave, guys come. But at the end of the day, there'll never be a Clay and there'll never be a Jamel Fair. And listen, I love you two guys, and you've been class acts. And continued success on and off the court.
Thank you so much,
And
Joe.
hopefully you'll come on in the playoffs, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Always.
All right, man.
Pleasure.
Welcome back to the Baruch Bearcats YouTube channel. The Baruch Bearcats look to start the second half just as strong as they ended the first half, rather, Joe, with a 31-23 lead. As Elissa Leung leading the team in scoring with 13 points, not something we're accustomed to saying, as Castillo only, quote-unquote, with 4 points.
Well, again, Castillo was kind of playing facilitator, but maybe Coach K wants more of her offensively second half.
Good ball movement out of the Bearcats now. Idir lines up a three, no good. Big rebound out of Morales as she finds Leung. Castillo to Idir. Back to Castillo, sizes up Kennedy. No wraparound poke this time as she's got 3 fouls, I believe.
Now,
knocked out of bounds, staying Bearcat ball.
Great look by Mia to a cutting teammate. Again, you just have to catch the ball and shoot without hesitating.
Castillo finds an open lane in the paint. Idir gets it to her, no good. Rebound by Mushmaniru.
Well, Lehman with Figueroa, is going to try and, put a game together. Secondary plays for Lehman haven't really shown anything, Eddie.
Kennedy puts her shoulder into the chest of Leung. Her shot no good, goes out of bounds.
We're going to say Kennedy is a capable player, no doubt, but Figueroa is the number one for Lehman, and she hasn't really, gone off.
Morales finds Castillo in the paint. Foul by Shillingford as she looks to get over the shoulder of Castillo, and that'll send Mia to the free throw line.
Well, this is scripted now. You want the beginning of the second half to begin with Mia, and then who's going to step up to help her out. But it has to start with Mia.
Something that I at least just saw, Joe, is they're looking to work with Morales out of the high post. On that first possession out of the half, Morales got the ball and immediately gave it back to Leung without looking at the hoop. Coaches told her to slow down, take your time. She gets the ball in the high post. 2 straight possessions, finds the open man or lady under the basket.
Underneath the foul line is really great real estate for somebody to take advantage of, because for some reason, Eddie, it's not guarded.
Castillo knocks down both free throws to extend the lead to 10. Now Figueroa looking to work on her, not going to happen that time. Gets it back with Leung now this time. Step back three, way short, rebounded by Idir, and here comes Castillo looking to push the pace. Coach K begging for it. Castillo with a dime to Bacarella, and she puts it in.
Eddie,
great look from Castillo, Joe.
I'm going to have to give the football analogy. My goodness, that was Jalen Hurts to Brown for a touchdown.
Castillo loving it, her bench as well.
Well, it was a great targeted pass and a great catch. And again, Baruch is great body language, and they've come out with a purpose. And you know what? It's starting with your leader, and she's kind of getting everybody really on another level.
Coming out of the half, a 4-0 run by the Bearcats and a quick timeout by Coach Harrison for the Lightning. Not liking what he's seeing.
So let's look at this, especially for, Baruch listeners. Lehman doesn't have an answer for Castillo. So she could kind of be a facilitator. She could look to score. And that's the edge that Baruch has tonight.
And we know that Castillo can facilitate. She's got 7 assists tonight, leading the team. Next best is Leung and McCray, both with 1. So she is the primary ball handler in all sense of the word. Shillingford, pump fake, gets Castillo in the air, foul called on the floor. So no free throws.
Baruch has been lucky that Ford has not really, exerted herself, because she is that problem that they've had with post players.
Shillingford used to sitting in the paint waiting for those offensive rebounds. Haven't seen much work in the post as of yet.
They have to deny Ford the pass. Don't let it get the ball to begin with.
Exactly what Morales is doing now, denying ball. Good hands by Castillo, and here comes Leung. 2-on-1 break with Castillo. Left side, back to Leung. She loses the handle, and they'll reset. As Shillingford trucks Bacarella, no call. And Castillo gets stripped by Mushmaniru. Double team, gets it out to Figueroa. Now to Kennedy. They've got numbers 3-on-2. Kennedy goes in on Morales. Morales goes straight up, but a foul is called, and that'll send Kennedy to the free throw line.
I think some of the passes that the Lady Bearcats are making en route, the person receiving can't hesitate. It's got to go up.
Pass might have come in a little bit too hot for Leung there. And Castillo saying she's getting scratched every time she touches the paint. Marks all over her wrists, rightfully so, as she complains to Coach K.
One thing, the referees are letting a lot of things happen. Normally, you got to blow the whistle.
Kennedy goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line, cutting the lead to 10, 35-25 Bearcats. 7.5 left to go in this third quarter. Morales gets it in the high post, looks to find the open man. Now that is Bacarella. Bacarella out to Castillo, drives baseline on Chillingford. Foul is called on Mushwaniru as she got under Castillo as she went up for the layup. And that'll send Castillo back to the free throw line to look for her 7th and 8th points.
Well, Mia's taken a lot of bumps and hits tonight, but as a great player, Lehman is trying desperately to nullify her.
And they can try all they want. She may not be the scorer that we are all used to, but the stats speak for themselves. 7 assists, 6 points. She's responsible for a lot of the Bearcats' possessions here.
Yeah, she's do it all.
6 points goes to 8 now as she knocks down both free throws. Good move by Kennedy. Gets Castillo on her hip, and foul is called. Savvy play out of Emily Kennedy there. 12-point lead for the Bearcats.
Mia's trying to get the ball any way she can. And, I don't know if Lehman can match
Morales doing
intensity.
Excuse me, Joe. Sorry about that. Blocked by Castillo on Figueroa's three-point attempt. She decides to get aggressive, and she puts it in to Castillo's displeasure.
Figueroa is very talented.
Castillo with another dime to Leung this time, and her second and 1 of the game to go back to the free throw line. What a pass from Castillo, and what a finish from Leung.
Well, look at the assists piling up for Castillo.
That's 8 now, Joe.
And Leung has really come to play tonight on Senior Appreciation Night. And what a joy she's been as a second fiddle to Mia. But you know what? Some nights it's her night.
Leung now with 15 points, finishing the three-point play. And that gives Castillo 8 assists. It's Figueroa now on Castillo. She sizes up a deep 2 and knocks it down to cut the lead back to 11.
Well, Figueroa is going to, continue to do her thing.
Castillo right back at her. Mid-range jumper, no good. Strong rebound from Kennedy, and she comes out of the pack. Castillo gambles once again. Figueroa gets the ball anyways. No good. Morales looks to rush the pass to Bacarella. Fight for the ball. Bodies hit the deck. Ball is loose. Ends up in Mushwaniru's hands and a timeout by Coach Harrison. Coach says that's all incidental contact. No harm, no foul.
Well, I think both teams are going to have to take a deep breath, calm down. And Baruch, with the lead, has got to now, Eddie, look at the clock. Don't be in a hurry and just have very effective possessions. And on defense, just continue to put your foot on the gas pedal.
Castillo really forcing the issue now, trying to get her points in. Something that we're a little bit more used to. However, the stats still speak for themselves. She's got 8 points to go along with 8 assists. And Leung with 16 points, all of those points might be assisted by Castillo, Joe.
Now, Idir, if she can get going, provides another person that Lehman has to contend with. And if Bacarella could score, I mean, you're talking about really, what do you do? You're worried about Castillo, and then you have these other people stepping in.
Leung guarding Kennedy as McCray tries to deny ball with Chillingford, and good job at that because Figueroa driving in on Castillo. Right-handed floater is good. And now here we see Figueroa looking to pick up the slack for her teammates.
Figueroa can create her own shot. She's going to find a way.
McRae sizes up at the free throw line, goes up left-handed layup is good. Great play out of McRae. Faced the basket, got Shillingford off her feet.
Eddie, McRae Morales under the foul line can go to work.
Right back is Shillingford. She gets her own miss, and that's 2 misses now. Foul called by the officials, looks like on the Shillingford shot. Oh, excuse me, that'll be another offensive foul for the Lightning as Emily Kennedy picks up her 4th, Joe. Good fight out of the Bearcats to try and get that rebound.
Yeah, McRae can go to work.
McRae sizes up again, does not see a step up from Shillingford. Shot no good, rebound by Bacarella, and she is really putting in the work tonight as she gets fouled by Mushmaniru.
Well, it's been a career of high energy play by Angela Bacarella. And, you know, shout out to McRae, who, again, doesn't get the accolades, but what a hard worker under the boards, in the paint.
Bacarella misses the first.
Yeah, you root so hard for Bacarella to be successful offensively because of what she does
She is all heart, all hustle as she rattles in the second free throw, goes 1 for 2 from the line. Castillo with a full court press on Figueroa now. And a travel called, the full court press working at full effect for the Bearcats, forcing another turnover by the Lightning.
Well, one of the things we've talked to Coach K about is once he started this vicious full court press, Baruch took their game to another level.
Castillo jab step, gets Figueroa off her feet. Little too handsy is Figueroa, foul called. That'll send Castillo back to the free throw line for another chance at 2.
Well, Castillo looks like she wants to start getting busy. She's been great as a facilitator, but I think she wants to add in that scorer's column.
We saw in the first half Figueroa give Castillo a little bit of a look after one of her blocks. Looks like Castillo may now be taking the matchup personally and dominating it as she goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Another fight for the rebound by Bacarella, and it'll stay Bearcats ball.
Well, it's great theater to have 2 really good players, you know, going against each other.
Leung gets the inbounds pass, misses the mid-range. Caught by McRae, however. Here comes Castillo in the paint. No good. This time Bacarella couldn't corral the rebound, and it'll go back to the Lightning.
Hey, listen, I'm going to give a wild compliment, Eddie. Sometimes when you watch Castillo, even though she's wearing 23, she makes Michael Jordan-like moves.
Hear that, Joe. Full court press now, and Figueroa gets it to Mushmaniru. She drives in hard. McRae gives her a body check, and that'll send Maniru to the free throw line. Full court press did not work in the favor of the Bearcats that time.
Well, you know, the press has got to attack and be successful early. You know, you got to get it done early.
And Figueroa with the heads-up play to get that ball out early, meaning Castillo and Bacarella both way behind the play, which sends a 51% Mushmaniru to the free throw line as she misses the first. Morales checks back into the game for McRae. Maniru goes 1 for 2 from the line. Castillo pushes the pace. Outlet pass to Leung. She puts it up, no good. Fight for the rebound. Ends up with Morales. Now Bacarella mid-range jumper, and she knocks it down to extend the lead to 14 points. And there's that offensive production you were hoping for out of Bacarella, Joe.
Well, what about Morales? Second chance point. Offensive rebound. It's a coach's dream when you get second half chances, you know, offensive rebounds. It really is.
Morales' immediate impact checks to the game first possession, offensive rebound, and assist.
And Eddie, you can't teach a lot of that. That's just effort. And boy, Baruch has had effort in this program for a long time, and it's back at a high level.
Now, Joe, speaking of offensive rebounds, Morales only got 4 points, but she's got 1 block, 1 assist, and 7 rebounds, 6 of them offensive. 6 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, listen, Bacarella, McCray, Morales. Now, when an idea comes in, you don't just get a shooter. You get a player that can pass, that can defend, and again, a freshman.
Compare that to someone like Schillingford. We feel like we've been saying her name all night. She's only got 5 offensive rebounds. Morales with a quiet, great, productive game. As Figueroa looks to force up a shot. Air ball rebound by Leung, and here comes Castillo now pushing the pace with Figueroa on her hip. Goes up left side, right hand, foul, no call. There's a lot of body there, and here comes Figueroa.
Well, if that's not a foul, Eddie, I'm not sure what is.
I'm with you there, Joe. Figueroa sizes up Castillo. Crossover left side. Bricks off the backboard. Now here comes Castillo. Heads up play to Bacarella. On the right side. Stripped by Muniru, and they're going back the other way.
Well, Baruch has got to, settle down on their end.
Megan Simmons wide open for 3. Blocked by Castillo. Idir with the point now. Gets it out to Leung. Shuffles her feet a little too early. Travel called.
Notice what Idea does. She plays point forward. And a lot of times Leung is the point guard. But Idir, again, we have to mention, young freshman. Morales, young freshman.
Stolen by Idir. Bad pass by Muniru. Bacarella, right-handed floater, no good. Rebound by Kennedy, and the Lightning get a bailout there. Kennedy, loose handle. Sloppy loses the ball right into Leung's hands. Outlet to Idir. Now to Morales with Muniru on her. Throws the ball up to herself, and that's a self-pass. Another turnover for the Bearcats. Morales with her 6 offensive rebounds, however, 6 turnovers to go along with it, and that's something that you grow into as a freshman.
Yeah, Morales needs to get that ball in that position and really make a move because you're giving the defense an easy out.
And that confidence will come with time. She's only recently been inserted into the starting role.
Well, that's what the work you put in during the summer, Eddie.
Muniru, a sloppy handle. And now here's Schillingford, not denied this time, but another travel called. What feels like the millionth for the Lightning.
Well, they're lucky that Ford has not been a factor.
As the officials laughing along with Coach K. Leung goes in strong. Floater is good to extend the lead to 16. Leung putting on the onslaught now. She's got 18 points.
Leung, really brought it tonight on her night.
Figueroa showing off the handle, decides to get it out to Muniru. Kennedy high post with the undersized Leung on her. Mid-range jumper no good. Precious Mitchell just checked into the game, grabs her rebound. Castillo pushing now, gets it in to Morales, sizes up Schillingford. And a good block it seems, by Schillingford. Pushing is the Lightning now. Layup on the left side, no good. Offensive rebound by Kennedy, and she's fouled. She's going to the free throw line.
Well, what's happening on defense is Baruch is out of position. And when you're out of position, you're kind of desperate.
Looks like Schillingford got a little bit lucky there on the block, Joe. She kind of just slung her arm over her head, but ended up hitting the ball head on to the surprise of Morales.
Well, Coach K can't be happy about a lot of times when Lehman hasn't really done anything, but the ball has found their hands.
That's right, Joe. I couldn't agree more there. Seems like they're doing all the wrong things, but in all the right places. Castillo now urged by her coach to lead the team as the captain and calm everyone down, keep their heads in the game. As she does so, Leung with a good outlet pass to Castillo now, driving on Kennedy. Kennedy cuts her off, gets to the mid-range. Precious Mitchell, good cut, blocked by Figueroa, and she looks down Precious Mitchell as well. I mean, she's letting her presence known in the paint, Joe.
Well, they're just letting a lot of calls not happen. People are getting hit.
Castillo,
and they're obvious fouls, Eddie.
Castillo jab step on Figueroa, gets it out to Leung. She finds herself open, decides to drive in on Kennedy. Pass out to Castillo, she'll reset, asking for a screen, heads it to a double. Bacarella, her three-pointer no good. Fight for the rebound. Precious Mitchell ends up with it. And the reset by Castillo. Now to Leung with Kennedy on her. Here's Morales setting the screen. Crossover by Leung. Quick move. Right floater is good off glass. What a play by Leung, and that'll bring her out to 20 points, Joe.
Well, it's been a great night for her. Good for her.
That was a nice move, denying the screen. Kennedy off her center of gravity and leaving the left side wide open for a nice bank push shot. Kennedy with a crossover own. Careless shot, looked like a bit of an errant one. Ends up with the Bearcats. Now Castillo sizes up Figueroa, drives in, step through on the left side, blocked by Figueroa, but ends up with Morales, and she goes up fouled, and 2 free throws to come.
Well, Morales is growing as a player, by the minute. And everything that Coach K envisions in her is happening. Again, young players, they become veterans really quickly in the heat of battle. And I'm telling you, Idir is not affected tonight, but she's going to play a big role very soon.
Morales misses the first, a small sample size, but a 36% free throw shooter. I'm sure that's something Coach K will get on her about in the offseason.
The beauty of, the offseason, Eddie, is you got day and night to play.
As Figueroa drives in on Castillo and Precious Mitchell, and the foul is called on Mitchell. That'll send Figueroa back to the free throw line.
Well, again, defensively, Baruch has had a lot of, problems in terms of their positioning.
A pair of free throws. Figueroa cuts the Bearcat lead to 14. And to your point, Joe, Morales, Coach K with a optimistic view on Morales' potential, as her impact off the stat sheet is what you like. As a nice pass to Precious Mitchell there was not handled well, but you have to like the idea. Kennedy with an outlet pass to Figueroa now goes up on Castillo. Good defense. And the miss, however, an errant pass, and that goes out of bounds. The Lightning are getting bailed out left and right, Joe.
I'll tell you, Figueroa's got game. But all Baruch has to do, use your feet and your hands and get in a position where you take away what Lehman wants to do.
30 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Wow, and Figueroa tries to get up on Morales. Morales lets her know she's there, and with a hard foul, that'll send Figueroa back to the free throw line for another chance at 2.
Well, Lehman's been real successful once they get in deep, and Coach K really needs to clean that up because it's 50-36. It could be a greater lead if you took away some of these things that Lehman's trying to do.
Figueroa knocks down the first. Four fouls for Morales. As she checks out of the game. Here's Castillo now. Doubled. Trying to get it out by Idir. Foul called. And that'll send Castillo back to the free throw line as well for her chance at 2. Looking to get into double digits here, Joe.
The fourth quarter, if Baruch could continue to look at the clock is their ally, and also be at the foul line, Eddie. It'll make the fourth quarter easier for them.
We've seen the end of this third quarter. Spent a lot of time at the free throw line as Castillo goes 2 for 2 from the free throw line, getting into double digits with 11 points. 18 seconds left to go in this third quarter. Bacarella and Leung with a full court press. Find Martinez in the corner. 10 seconds left to go. Figueroa gets a screen from Kennedy. A deep 3, no good. Rebound by Castillo. 4 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1. Size up a mid-range jumper. No good. And that'll send the Bearcats into the fourth quarter with a 14-point lead. 52-38 Bearcats. Led by Elissa Leung, Joe. with 20 points. Secondly, with Castillo with 11, 6 by Idir, which we all saw in the first quarter with her 2 threes in a row.
Well, we've seen this 14-point lead kind of happen, really quickly. But the thing about it is, in a perfect world, you're a great player, you're a great leader, is, really not putting in the numbers. And now all of a sudden, your second really lights it up. And listen, let's give shout-outs to Bacarella, Morales. Everybody is chipping in. It doesn't mean in the scoreboard, but it's another complete effort. But defensively in the paint, Lehman's had too much success by not doing anything but just standing there.
Yeah, I agree,
So
Joe.
Baruch has got to take that away, make it hard for them.
Castillo, as we spoke about earlier, 9 assists to go along with her 11 points in this second half. However, Joe, it looks like she's looking to force the issue now. No, she's got to score, but it is still nice to know that you have a veteran like Elissa Leung going into her 5th year next year. She'll stay with the team to carry the load when maybe Castillo is focused on with 2, 3, sometimes even 4 defenders when she drives into the lane.
Well, Leung has had great moments here in her career, but I think sometimes she saves her best for when the lights are really on and the curtain goes up, and that's, an example of tonight.
Start of the fourth quarter, 14-point lead for the Bearcats as Shillingford gets it in to Muniru. Step back mid-range, no good. Precious Mitchell with a good box out. And now here come the Bearcats looking to push it.
Well, Mitchell does what Baruch has to do on an entire game.
Idir's 3, no good. Rebounded by Shillingford.
Well, I thought Idir rushed that. She had more time.
Figueroa with a behind the back, between her legs, blocked by Castillo. No fancy moves here. Outlet pass to Leung. Gets it under the basket. Reverse, no good. Rebound by Kennedy. A good look by Castillo along with Leung, but couldn't finish there. Figueroa looking for redemption. Goes up on Precious Mitchell. Her shot is blocked. Shillingford couldn't handle the rebound. And Castillo looks back for her own redemption. Doing it herself this time. Drives into Martinez. Up on 3 defenders. No fouls called. And Coach K is delirious. Back and forth we go as Figueroa steps on the sideline out of bounds. It'll go back to the Bearcats. A lot of action, but no points, Joe.
Well, Eddie, 2 things. A, it was an obvious foul. And
Absolutely.
B, your superstar usually gets the call.
Figueroa getting real aggressive, but to no avail as Castillo and Precious Mitchell shut her down in the paint. Mitchell on cue, gets the ball. Shillingford fouls her, sending Precious Mitchell to the free throw line. There was a potential there for another assist for Castillo to get her into double digits. 9 currently.
Yeah, one of the things that the Lady Bearcats have to do at some point is just work on all these interior moves that they can make, because you know what? They get a lot of them. And unfortunately, they're not, making them happen.
Precious Mitchell knocks down a pair as she's only a 52% free throw shooter to extend the lead to 16. Full court press by the Bearcats. Castillo got a bit of a shoulder to her neck there, no call. Aggressiveness met by aggressiveness. Here's Martinez in the corner for 3. Almost off glass by accident, no good. Here's Leung, now to Castillo. Castillo on the right side, drives in middle with Figueroa on her. Foul called once again. Castillo's going back to the free throw line. Getting real aggressive now.
Well, the referees, I think, have to have a quicker whistle, Eddie. We don't want injuries, we don't want fights and all of that stuff. But, these 2 teams, Eddie, CUNY rivals, been for years. And you're going to get this type of play. And also in the men's game.
Castillo short on the second. Ball gets tapped out. Foul, though, on Precious Mitchell. It'll go to the Lightning.
Not sure about that call.
Loose ball, hands all over.
Well, here's the press by Coach K.
Leung forces her baseline right into Bacarella. Behind the back, just stays with her, does Kennedy. A nice move by Figueroa. She can't finish with the left hand. Pass right over Castillo's shoulder from Leung. Crossover gets Kennedy off her center. And the right-handed push shot is good to extend this lead to 19, the highest of the game. Figueroa has been extinguished in this second half, Joe.
Well, I'm surprised that they're just not giving her the ball and letting her create.
Castillo gambled for what feels like the millionth time tonight. This time doesn't pay off, and Coach K is upset. However, Coach Harrison for the Lightning is who calls timeout.
Eddie, let's face it, the only chance that Lehman has is that Figueroa has a huge game, because other than that, there's really no threats from Lehman women. Now, let's understand that, again, Baruch tonight, a lot of people have stepped up and had really big games. Of course, Leung comes to mind first. And Mia, in many different ways, has kind of done what we've come to know. If it's not scoring, it's, passing, it's defense, and just being the heart and soul of this team. And you know what, Eddie? People and players take on the personality of their coaches, of their bosses, of their parents. Mia and her teammates have really taken on the personality of Coach K and his staff. Tough people, tough coaches.
And you can see it on the floor. They've all embodied Coach K's mindset and passion, as Castillo is telling her, I just got elbowed, telling Coach K, I just got elbowed in the neck. And he says, play through it. No call, get through. And that's the kind of mentality these Bearcats have for the 17-point lead.
That's why ladies that leave this program are really ready to go out into the world. Because life is adversity, Eddie.
Another dime by Castillo. Precious Mitchell couldn't finish there, and a jump ball is called. And it will stay Bearcats ball with 7.5 left to go in this fourth quarter. Looking to close it out. Idir finds Castillo baseline, and easy two.
Well, again, Idir, the future.
Bacarella got a little too handsy there in the full court press. Foul's called to the shock of Bacarella. She claims to be all ball. As Martinez checks out for Nicole Janatu and Megan Simmons. Kennedy now and Leung, a push off by Figueroa as she smokes the layup. And it'll stay Lightning ball. Figueroa blew that one. Here's Kennedy now from the inbounds. Lowers her shoulder into Leung. Bank shot is good.
Well, Kennedy has talent, Eddie, but really has not been involved tonight.
Another nice pass from Castillo. Couldn't finish by Bacarella. She gets it back, though, from Castillo. No good on the layup there. Reset to Castillo. Wide open for three. She knocks it down to extend this lead to 20, the largest of the night. Kennedy comes right back. Little 1-2 floater is good.
Well, Kennedy a little bit too late in her showing up to the party. But, again, this is a complete effort by the Lady Bearcats.
Megan Simmons playing some Matador defense in the full court press. Putting her hands out. Leung gets close. Get as far away as possible because she's coming through.
Eddie, a statement to all of CUNY by Baruch tonight. We're the team to beat.
Castillo doubled, gets the ball back off a loose ball. Fight for the rebound does Bacarella, and she ends up with it. Another jump ball called.
Well,
and it looks like it'll go to the Lightning.
Well, that's Bacarella and McCray battling.
Correct. Jump ball going to the Lightning. Bacarella displeased, and I don't blame her, Joe. She had the ball the entire way. Maybe a fingertip got on that, and an immediate jump ball was called.
Well, Bacarella and McCray were heavily involved.
Bacarella all hustle, getting back on defense. Here comes a double by Castillo. Another gamble. Leaves Megan Simmons open for a long two, no good. Fight for the rebound. McCray ends up with it, and here comes Leung. Pushing with Morales. And stolen by Figueroa. Coach K irate that Leung didn't take it herself. Figueroa goes up right-handed scoop. Wild layup is good. She's got a bag full of tricks, Joe.
Well, luckily, she's only shown a bit of her tricks tonight.
Castillo finds Leung, and they'll reset with 5:36 left to go in this fourth quarter. Morales to Leung, steps in for a mid-range. No good. Here come the Lightning looking to cut back into this league with a 16-point deficit.
Eddie, Baruch has to start to look at the clock now. No rush. They've already kind of, did what they had to do. And no need to get into sloppy habits with 5:16 left.
Shot well defended by the Bearcats. Figueroa puts up an air ball, and it'll go to the Bearcats.
Eddie, in your opinion, should the Bearcats continue to, try and push this lead to make a statement? Or do you think that they kind of already did what they had to do and not get into bad habits?
I think this experience could be good for players like Morales, as she's just been inserted into the starting role, and she's a freshman. I think these minutes are important, as most of the starters for the Lightning are still in. Kennedy sizes up a mid-range, no good, and there's Morales right on cue. Pass to Castillo, and she seems to be a little bit frustrated by the lack of patience, something that will come with time. Drops it off to McCray, then to Bacarella. Back to Castillo on the right wing. Her three-pointer is good. Extends the lead back out to 19. Timeout called by Coach K.
Well, Bacarella looking for Castillo. Again, Eddie, we can't say enough about the little stories behind Castillo. Bacarella having a monster game, all the categories. Leung having a monster game, all the categories. McCray's done a great job. Morales has really been involved. And again, you don't see it in the scoreboard, but when you watch film, you have to really marvel at the collective efforts.
That's right, Joe. And I think something that just kind of went over our heads here, Leung with 20 points at the start of this quarter. It felt like Castillo had 11 or 12 maybe. Castillo now has 22 and Leung still at 20. So Castillo, even in games where you think, okay, it's Leung's night, she's got 20 points, Castillo more of the distributor. Nope. One quarter goes by and she's got the leading scorer role on this team.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a great night when different things play a part in the overall results, not just, the scoring.
Castillo gambles again, doesn't pay off this time. No harm, no foul. She gets back on defense. Ushmaniro looks to drive in. She's doubled. Out to Figueroa on the right wing. Screened by Gennaro. Mid-range, good defense out of Castillo to force her to readjust the shot. She still put it in, though, on the mid-air readjustment. Megan Simmons proving to be an issue for Castillo now. Doubled. Leung travels, and the Lightning full-court press was a true issue there for the first time tonight.
There's no doubt Figueroa is a player. But again, tonight, for whatever reason, she, took possessions off. And really, she's the only serious threat that Lehman has.
She tried to back down Castillo and Leung there, but to no avail. Here comes McCray rushes the pass to Morales, and it'll stay Bearcats ball with 3:54 left to go in this fourth quarter. Lola Idir checks back into the game as McCray takes a seat.
Well, Idir, brings so much to the table and we keep saying only a freshman, but you are comfortable when you insert her in any situation.
She has that veteran presence. High IQ player. As she gets it out to Castillo with Megan Simmons on her. Drives in left side. Right-handed floater is good. And that brings Mia Castillo up to 24 points now.
Well, it's been a quiet 24, Eddie. But nonetheless, it has been quiet what she means to this team.
A nice move by Figueroa, and she gets in with a left-handed layup. Now a steal by the Lightning. Miss on the layup, offensive rebound by Muniru. She sizes up a long two, no good. And another second chance opportunity for the Lightning. This time the right-handed layup by Muniru is good. Lead now down to 15 with 3 minutes to go.
Lehman has scored the same way the entire game. It's just kind of being there and the ball finding them.
Megan Simmons over-aggressive there. Fouls Elissa Leung, side out of bounds.
If Baruch can clean up the fact that their paint play, this game would really be a blowout.
Doubled by Leung. Here comes Idir for three, and she knocks it down. And that'll be Mia Castillo's 10th assist, a double-double on the night.
Well, when Idir is making shots, it's a really big-time attack by Baruch.
Castillo feeling the pressure from Simmons, and a big bump from Megan Simmons. She keeps her cool, however. Heads back down the floor. Two and a half left to go in this fourth quarter. Bearcats 18-point lead. Morales looks up in the high post, finds Idir wide open for mid-range, no good. Fight for the rebound, and it'll go to the Lightning.
I hope that Idir this offseason just gets into a gym, Eddie, and just shoots and comes back next year.
She's got everything in her arsenal. If that shot can fall consistently.
We're looking at a really, really special player. Every team needs that shooter.
Inbounds pass to Kennedy. Looking to size up a three, not this time. Crossover, rather right-handed dribble. She goes up and knocks it down for an and one. A little too late, Joe, don't you think? 16-point deficit with 2:08 left to go.
But remember, Lehman has been doing the same thing the entire game. They've just been doing things internally, Eddie. And if Coach K can clean that up, this game would be a humongous score.
Full court press by the Lightning once again. Leung finds Castillo. Good way to get out of the pressure there. Castillo urged to slow down by Coach K, and she does. Doubled by Megan Simmons and Figueroa. Gets it out to Idir. Idir sees Leung driving in mid-range jumper, and that's good. 72-55 now, Bearcats lead.
Eddie, the clock is your friend when it gets to this part of the game.
Figueroa sizes up a three and knocks it down. Castillo, all she can do is laugh as their battle continues on back and forth. Figueroa on the night, 28 points. On 1 of 10 from three, 2 of 11 now. As she's been launching him, she's got 36 shots, Joe. Compared to Castillo, 24 points on 7 of 25.
28 out of the 58 for Lehman. So Lehman, again, if Kennedy would have really had a bigger game, but I really think that it turned out to be a lopsided score. But we have to, give our hats off to a player like Figueroa. who's a really top-notch player. But you need more, Eddie.
Where she differs from Castillo, she has 31, my mistake there, 31-9, but only 1 assist, Joe. And that's, I think, an undervalued part of Castillo's game is how she gets her teammates involved. Like we said, they got 72 points on the board. Only 24 of those are from Castillo. She's got 22 from Leung, 9 from Idir, 7 from Bacarella. Getting her teammates involved, and she's got 10 assists. And even when she's not getting the assist, pushing the pace here, and Morales ends up with another easy 2.
Well, Morales, again, heads up. Good pass, good catch.
And that
she
starts.
finished.
Sorry about that, Joe. And that starts with Castillo looking head up. Second she gets the ball, she's looking to push it to get an easy basket.
Well, we've watched, the growth of Mia's game. And,
now Bacarella, easy 2 from Leung, and they're pouring it on now.
This game really is a statement to the rest of CUNY that if Baruch, comes with all their weapons, it's a problem. If everything is clicking for Coach K.
And an air ball by Figueroa. She's looking to stuff the stat sheet, raise that average, maybe try and catch up to someone like Mia Castillo as she'll slow it down. Doubled, though. Now she has to push on the gas, finds Idir, and back to Castillo we go. Most likely the last Bearcats possession. Morales finds Leung top of the key. Now Castillo, she'll drive in, finds Idir. Castillo once again, and around the horn we go. And now it's Leung finishing off the night the way she started it. 3 points for Leung, and that'll end her night as the leading scorer for the Bearcats with 25 points.
Well, it's been a very special night for a lot of reasons here at the campus of Baruch College. Great student athletes have really risen to the occasion. And it's a blessing, David, and Eddie.
It's all love between Figueroa and Castillo as they hug it out. The final score is 79-60. Bearcats win in a dominant fashion. Leung with 25. Castillo with 24 and 11 with some help from Bacarella and Idir, each with 9.
Well, it was just a collection, Eddie, of little things that added up to big results.
And shout out to Morales with her 11 rebounds, 6 of them all offensive, only 6 points, but you could feel her impact on the floor, Joe.
I really think, again, the younger players are no longer younger players. They've grown up quickly. And again, it starts with the Baruch Lady Bearcats coaching staff, and they're taking on the personality of Coach Shanahan, Coach K. It really, Mia, we've seen her just continue to blossom as an all-around player. And when you say she's great, she lives up to that word. But Eddie, again, great win. And Baruch Bearcats ladies are alive and well.
The Bearcats take the first of the doubleheader, and here comes the second doubleheader game of the doubleheader tonight. The battle for the 1 seed between the men's Baruch Bearcats versus the men's Lehman Lightning.